Alright, here we are, gentlemen, once again. How have you been since yesterday, when we finished that initial assault against the lizard folk in the best of the best real-time strategy pillars of the genre series. Today there will be no intro, since as you can see I'm quite tired due to the fact that I played some minutes ago the ending for The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. Honestly, I know this is real-time strategy pillars of the genre series, but I played Ocarina of Time, I've played Majora's Mask, I've played Twilight Princess, and I've played A Link to the Past. And truly, there are a lot of people that try to defend and argue that the Wind Waker it's a good Zelda game. Honestly, it's the worst 3D Zelda out of all of the main series, and I still have to try Skyward Sword. I didn't play it because of the controls back in the day, because of the Wii Motion Plus accessory and all of that. And then my idea was to play Breath of the Wild, and now that Breath of the Wild 2 is it's about to release, to play both of them. But before that, I played Wind Waker up until today. I finished it 10 minutes ago, and honestly, the worst Zelda game, at least out of the main series, the worst. Only what, 4 or 5 dungeons, terrible art style. I didn't like the art style. The music, a lot of people argue that it's good. I think Twilight Princess, it's far better, far superior in all aspects: objects, dungeons, world exploration. Horrible. I could never imagine that Wind Waker was so bad, and that people bash Twilight Princess instead of bashing Wind Waker, when it's just the opposite. See that I am still shocked. I am still shocked because a lot of people, you wouldn't believe how many people defend Wind Waker and say that it's better than Twilight Princess, and some of them go as far as to say that it's one of the best The Legend of Zelda games ever. Well, they are probably the same people that think that Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time. Well, I'll just say this: Majora's Mask, as well as I liked Majora's Mask. Because of the combat, because the combat is far more polished than Ocarina of Time. The combat mechanic for the bosses, especially the final boss, Majora's Mask, is quite polished when compared to Ocarina of Time. Still, I prefer Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past. Due to a simple reason, gentlemen, both Majora's Mask and the Wind Waker have 5 dungeons, 4 dungeons. At least the 4 dungeons in Majora's Mask are longer, far more complex, and far more interesting. But in Wind Waker, they are not only childish, but they are simplistic in their design. And I'm not able to understand how could anyone possibly argue that technically, from a technical viewpoint of the gameplay, of the complexity of the dungeons, of the quantity and quality of the dungeons, could Wind Waker ever be among the best Zelda games, let alone be better than Twilight Princess? So when it has half of the dungeons than in Twilight Princess, and in Twilight Princess the dungeons are far more complex. As I've told you, in Majora's Mask, at least, the dungeons were only 4 plus the final battle, but it had a lot of interesting mechanics. The 3-day deadline for you to finish your quest and all of those things. And as I've told you, the complexity of the dungeons was much better. Also, we should say that, in case you didn't know, Miyamoto personally didn't like Majora's Mask as a game itself. Of course, he's part of the Zelda family. I loved Majora's Mask, but I think A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time are on a whole other level, and I would even go as far as to say that Twilight Princess is just as good as Majora's Mask. I would classify them like that. The best 2 Zelda games are Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past, without a doubt. Then Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask, but the Wind Waker, honestly, for me it would be impossible to argue in a conversation, even if I wanted to defend it on purpose, to say that the Wind Waker is a good Zelda game. It's horrible. The slow sailing exploration, the fact that you have to stop your boat to get off of it and fight some enemies, to use the bomb mechanics. I honestly, besides I didn't like the art style, as well as the simplicity of the dungeons and the game as a whole, I didn't like it. That's why I'm a bit depressed right now. I didn't expect it to be so bad. When I was by the middle of the game, and I only had to do some 2 more dungeons or 3 more dungeons, I thought it would get better, but sadly it didn't. For me it didn't. Tedious, the final quest for the 3 forces, it's honestly terrible. Horrible. But well, fortunately, we are not here to talk about the Legend of Zelda franchise. We are here to talk about the real-time strategy pillars of the genre series. I need some good games for a change, especially after today, as you can see, gentlemen. The series in which we showcase the best of the best real-time strategy, underrated, hidden, and most obscure gems. We are currently showcasing the final work of art of Liquid Entertainment. In case you didn't know, Liquid Entertainment was the studio responsible for the development of Battle Realms Winter of the Wolf, as well as the Lord of the Rings War of the Ring. Battle Realms Winter of the Wolf was released in 2001, and the second one in 2003. Dungeons and Dragons Dragonshard, which is the game we are going to showcase right now, we'll continue showcasing it right now, was released in 2005, right? And so far, it's still too early to tell. It's still too early for me at least, to form an opinion. But so far, what have we learned? I want to do a recap because this is the 4th day of gameplay. It will be the 4th day of gameplay. And we are on the 4th mission, right? We are about to finish it. We are at the ending, let's say, of the 4th mission. I don't know if it's the ending, but we've cleared most of the map. This game blurs the limits. It certainly makes it difficult to tell the difference if it's a real-time strategy game or a real-time tactics game, which is something you must have to remember very precisely to analyze this game. Why? Because it has elements from Warhammer Dawn of War, from Armies of Exigo, even from even if it even has light RPG elements, it has elements from The Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth, not War of the Ring. It's a quite interesting mix of different games, right? Of different RTS. The thing is that this one is a squad-based RTS. Now, you must remember this when analyzing this game. In a real-time tactics game such as the Total War franchise, as well as Company of Heroes, Iron Harvest 1920 Plus, there are two elements that I always mention that are important to distinguish between real-time strategy and real-time tactics, because this game, as I've told you, blurs the line between them. It's difficult to tell if I should classify it as a real-time strategy or a real-time tactics game. This happened to me with Warhammer Dawn of War. However, these two elements help anyone to effectively separate real-time strategy from real-time tactics. One, the first element, the environment, the terrain, the battlefield doesn't play a critical role in the success or failure of your assaults, of the battle. The outcome of the battle is not determined by your positioning of the units on the battlefield. Now, if you played any Total War games, you will remember that the positioning of your units, flanking the enemy, attacking them from behind, from the left or right flank with the cavalry, and other elements, in the case of Iron Harvest 1920 Plus, Company of Heroes, even Dawn of War, you can use cover for your squads, and they will take much less damage. It is a critical factor to take into account when fighting against the enemy. The one which has cover or the most strategic positioning of his units usually wins the battle. So in a real-time strategy game, as opposed to this, the positioning of your units doesn't necessarily determine like 100%, let's say 90%, 80% the outcome of a battle, as it would be in a real-time tactics game. Even if you had the best units in Total War, if you get flanked, trust me, most of the time you will lose that battle. That's the thing. The same for Dawn of War 1 as well as 2, Company of Heroes, the recently released Iron Harvest 1920 Plus. And the second element is that in those games there's next to none base building. Now, in the Total War franchise, real-time tactics, there's no base building. In Dawn of War 1, Warhammer Dawn of War 1, and its expansions, there is base building, which in fact it's far more extensive than in Dungeons and Dragons Dragonshard. And however, on the other hand, there's also cover in Warhammer Dawn of War, while in Dungeons and Dragons Dragonshard there's no cover. So that's why these games blur the line between real-time strategy and real-time tactics. Because, for example, in Warhammer, it has base building, but I personally think it's complex enough, the base building is complex enough in that particular case to be a real-time strategy game and not a real-time tactics game, even if it uses cover. Now, in Company of Heroes 1, it's a case-by-case criteria that I use. In Iron Harvest 1920 Plus, there's not enough base building elements to consider it a real-time strategy game. They have the cover system. The terrain determines most of your success during a battle, so those were easier to determine. The most difficult was Dawn of War because it had extensive base building as well as a cover system and a squad-based system. If I remember correctly, you could only use 20 squadrons at the same time, in Dawn of War 1 and its expansions. Of course, Dawn of War 2, for me, it's squad-based real-time tactics, 100%. There's no base building, like, at all. You use your squadron. In fact, the campaign is just using your squadron, so that one is easier to determine. Now, that's why I need to do this introduction. Let's get to the particular case of Dungeons and Dragons Dragonshard. There is base building. It's not extensive. It's not complex. However, it's not the same case as Dawn of War because the terrain doesn't help you on the battlefield. There's no cover. The positioning of your units is not critical to win a battle. There's no attacking from a hill and having an advantage. There's no cover. There's nothing that would give you an advantage because of your positioning. There are no strategic elements because of your positioning. And while base building is not as extensive as it usually is in an RTS game, there is base building. You have your slots, so I would prematurely, at least for now, confirm, as I had classified it before, without playing it, but because of the gameplay I've seen, I would classify Dungeons and Dragons Dragonshard as a real-time strategy game, a traditional real-time strategy game, instead of a real-time tactics game, right? Even if the base building elements are somewhat light, as well as the RPG elements. So, gentlemen, without further ado, I don't want to make the intro long this time around, because I want to finish the mission, and today the stream will not be as long as it usually is, but we'll be able to finish this mission and proceed to the next challenge. I also want to explore the reward shop further, right? Like, analyze it further, because it's an interesting part of the gameplay or the light RPG system that the game has. So, hello once more, Lord Nihilus. It's always a pleasure to have you with us, and let's proceed. We were just as a warning, gentlemen, don't worry if the game crashes. It's not a problem, because it's the very same thing that happened with the Lord of the Rings War of the Ring engine. For those of you who are joining us right now, I'll repeat once more for the third time, I think, that thanks to a quick hex edition, Dungeons and Dragons Dragonshard, I can confirm that it runs at an unlocked frame rate and unlocked resolution on Windows 10. It's a simple hex edition which will allow you to play the game. There you have the frame counter. There you can see that it is running at an unlocked frame rate. The animations, I don't think they are capped at 30 FPS or 60 FPS, because as you can see they are quite smooth. And we were right here. So basically, in case you haven't watched the previous VOD, in which there's an epic battle at the end, there was a huge base right here, I was locked. I was trapped for some time, trying to exploring the underground level during doing some secondary missions, but eventually we finished all the secondary missions. We got a lot of gold, and we defeated the lizard folk forces that were here. They had an outpost which took me some time to clear, and that's the remains of their army. I also destroyed their second outpost here at the end of yesterday's stream, and so you have a quick recap. There were secondary missions over here and over here. Check out the VOD in case you are interested, so you have the full context of the current situation. But alright. Grants his control, increase line of sight, detect cloaked units. Well, let's do this. The mission hasn't finished. Now that we've cleared all of the lizard folk's base, we have to enter this temple right here that should lead us underground to all of this section, the northern section of the underground layer, the underground map for the game. There you can see that every bit of terrain of the surface has a correlation with the underground level, and thus I assume we have to go all the way through the northern section, then go to the south of the eastern section of the underground level. Right now, I think that the actual way to do all of this was to first clear this zone of the surface. I mentioned this at the end of yesterday's stream, because here there was apparently a smaller lizard folk base, but I went straight for the main base. It was quite pesky, troublesome. It was putting a lot of pressure on my base. So let's I've lost a lot of troops, of course. You are seeing the aftermath of a siege, literally. So let's see. Let's bring some clerics.
I serve the flame.
Let's resupply this guy. Alright, there we have more shards. There we have more shards. Okay. There you can see that I've lost a lot of squadrons. I lost 5 squadrons during that aftermath. During that battle, sorry. So we will, first of all, Monument of Power. That will affect all of the adjacent buildings that produce units. In this case, my flame archons. Also the ones that have been already produced. The same for the Warforged Titans and the clerics. In case you don't understand any of the elements, this is day 4. I've already explained 3 times all of the gameplay mechanics. We saw them during the tutorial, so it was actually more than 3 times. So check out those VODs in case you're interested in the slight elements of the gameplay. But we've already explored them, so we'll get to the battle, to the action, to finishing the mission. Right. Okay. Just as a side note, the Warforged Titans deal physical damage, the flame icons deal fire damage, and the clerics deal
Where am I needed?
magic spell damage. This is not lightning damage. It doesn't exist in this game. And thus I've covered all of the weaknesses that my army may have. It's hard mode. So you need to exploit the weaknesses of the enemy, right? So let's send that Warforged Titan over there, and let's collect the Dragon Shards over here. I don't think they're going to attack our base like anymore, because we've decimated their main base. We explored all of the map, we've gathered all of the gold from underground that I could, and we just need to clear this encampment and then get to the underground level, which will hopefully reveal the... I've lost my hero unit, by the way. That could be a problem, because I've lost the mass heal ability, apparently. Or not. Oh wait, what's that? No, here. But I hope at this point it's not needed. So... okay. We will go for... one more Warforged Titan and one more Cleric. And that would bring us to 15 full squadrons. Now, can we expand here? Yeah, we can. Excellent. That means we can resupply here.
I serve the flame.
You resupply the inside of your base. As you can see, the units, the standard units, are called captains, and when they level up, which is a process I've explained countless times, but basically by getting experience, there you can see that we've fought a lot during this mission. You can level up your troops by creating 3, 2, or 4 buildings of the same type on the same quadrant, right? When they are adjacent to each other, plus the attack power bonus. So yep, we have a big army, but now we can have a second base, create oh, look at that, we've already unlocked most of the buildings. Create any building and increase the population cap, which means we'll be able to have 2 more squadrons, just in case we find a lot of resistance. I don't think we'll be finding a lot of resistance, so let's group all of these guys together. Of course, they are not attacking us because we've destroyed, as I've told you, their whole base, so I assume they can't produce any more units. So, oh, I almost forgot. The reason why we're trying to enter here is so we get to the second seal. The second seal of the ultimate. We are trying to unlock the 3 seals of the ultimate Dragonshard, which will grant 1 civilization, the one that gets to it first, incredible riches and power, and the classic real-time strategy story. Let's repair. No, not destroy. Repair. And we are about to get to the second seal, apparently. So let's see here. Let's save and launch the assault, because I don't think they have a lot of troops, right?
All in good time. Come, serve the order.
Okay, let's assemble our troops there. See how the game clearly splits the gameplay for each mission. Of course, that is missions in which you can control a base. The first two missions were baseless exploration missions. But when you can control a base, you can actually control a base. See how the gameplay is clearly split into two. First, the exploration that we did during all of the previous stream. All of the previous stream was exploring the first half of the map, which is the whole western and southern part of the map. This must be a monument of power. Will reduce the amount of time it takes between casting special abilities. There's more dragon shards there. And then this, which is the second part of the gameplay, in which the rain of dragon shards unlocks all of a sudden. Oh wait, increase up to 20. Because this one isn't a normal 4 slots expansion. It's a full base. All right. Every day you learn something new. Okay. Oh, they must be. Are they? Yeah, they are over there. No. Stop. Only the air units made it. Come here. Have to get over here. We need to.
It is my duty.
Alright, we can only attack them from our base. So let's move it over here. You can see that the maps are relatively small.
It is my journey.
Okay. But yes, I was telling you, the gameplay is clearly split into two different phases. Kind of phases. During the first phase, you have a limited amount of dragon shards because there are no... Damn, that was way too close to their base. Because there are, like, no dragon shard showers, no rain. There's no rain of dragon shards, and thus you have to explore the first part of the map without limitless resources. You can see that the amount of dragon shards I have now, it's like it's like... Oh wait, I can produce one more unit. They're like vestiges. They are the remains of that limited economy, because there are just some dragon shards, but there's no rain. Like, but once you get to a point, the shower starts and you can and it turns into a 1v1 or a 1v2 in this case. A classic real-time strategy mission. Let's go for the ability, just in case any of them are weak to fire. Alright, yeah, I was right. This was like a lesser base. I should have probably destroyed this encampment before facing their main army. But well, I did it the other way around. Okay, we've got some potions there. I should have done this at the beginning, so I would have had access to those dragon shards that I assure you at the beginning of the game they would have made a big difference, but it's not the case. Alright, those are they are quest items. But remember, with negative energy, quest item. Uncrafted, we received some 3D petrified sorcerers. Find the scroll that will restore the petrified sorcerers back to life. I assume it's this. here. The flags mark the objectives, right? I think I just need vision to cast that spell.
As the order wishes.
That's the sorcerer. Pteranodon Rider. Those. I assume it's those. I assume those two. Oh, or this one. These ones. Scroll of Stone to Flesh. Mass. Will reverse the effects of petrification over... I don't want to... ruin it, so let's see. There we go. Oh, but they are attacking us. What's the meaning of this? They're attacking us. We saved them. See that stone to flesh, that flesh to stone, sorry. Scroll is just as in Baldur's Gate. Right. Alright, the sorcerers were allies, but the dragon riders were enemies. Sorcerer. It has been many lifetimes since your people have traversed this land. They have all failed. This is part of the lore. A lot of expeditions to claim the ultimate Dragonshard. They failed. In those days we shared a bond of blood. Allow us to once again lend our aid in battle. Imbecile, I told you that wand of petrify would affect more than a single target. Yep, it sure did. Disciple. Well, maybe if someone hadn't decided to steal regions from a lizard village instead of simply taking the time gathering them herself, I never would have had to use it to begin with. Listen, you wordless excuse for an apprentice. If madame, it appears we have a camp. Oh, I apologize for the insolence of my assistant. You have our deepest thanks for all your aid. I would invite you inside, but... ah yes, it would seem that my tower is a little worse for the wear after all these years. Trust me, it didn't look much better back then. Oh, ahem. Regardless, it would seem many ages have passed since we last drew breath, but it gives me hope that the flame still burns brightly. Please, we would like to offer our services once again to the Order so that we may aid your forces. The catch being, and should resources permit, construct a new sorcerer's tower where I could train others of our ilk for the service of the flame. I trust that sounds amenable. Side quest added, build a new sorcerer tower. You can now produce sorcerers by constructing a sorcerer's tower the next time you find an available building nexus. Powerful. I wonder if they can somehow replace the clerics, just as the Warforged Titans replaced the barbarians for me. Sorcerers are powerful arcane spellcasters capable of inflicting severe ranged damage of various types. Oh, that's a big advantage, changing the type of your damage. Although they begin with a simple magic missile, a spell from Baldur's Gate. So we have up to now 3 elements from Baldur's Gate. The way the rogues disarm traps, that flesh to stone, sorry, 4, even more than 4 maybe. That flesh to stone scroll is the very same name that in Baldur's Gate. This magic missile spell, if you played Baldur's Gate, is your main ability to survive for most of the game, even during the later levels. I played Legacy of Ball difficulty. I mentioned this yesterday. I think I called it Iron Throne difficulty or something like that. No, it's Legacy of Ball difficulty. I finished it. It took me 2 months. Both Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 with their expansions. And in Legacy of Ball difficulty, and yeah, basically you want a party of at least 4 spellcasters. They could be mages, they could be sorcerers, they could be the classic Kinsei mages, which are a perfect mix of warrior and mage. So the game uses a lot of terms from Baldur's Gate, from Dungeons and Dragons second edition to be precise. The other one being the minor healing potion, large healing potion, blah 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 blah. Alright. So there you can see that it has a lot of influences from a plethora of games, not only Armies of Exigo, The Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth. Alright, so we have the full tech tree, in this case the King's screen, at our disposal, since we can now access all of the units. Basically this is the build I've been going for, except this one. I usually don't use rogues, but I have to in order to explore the underground level and disarm the traps. But here we can see. So these are the famous... Oh, Meteor Swarm. Okay, okay. I think I've been making a mistake looking at that, because all of the units have like the ultimate abilities. And I haven't been using them. I should have gone for those instead of the Place of Power. Well, maybe some of them are useless. Alright, let's create the Sorcerer's Tower, so we can finish the... There's the lore. The only side quest we have left, right? Yeah, is the only side quest left. See how many I've done. We did yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one would be number 10. Of course, you see a lot there. Maybe Plight of the Ancients involves 3 separated missions, but you get the point. You get the point, gentlemen. Alright, let's talk to them once we finish that Sorcerer's Tower. Oh, look at that, 21 out of 20. Get over here, and we'll go for another one, and another one. And which is the ultimate ability for these guys? Meteor Swarm, level 5. 3 waves of 75 fire damage in a 7-meter radius with a 35-second cooldown time. Summons down several meteors from a hit in succession, causing great damage in a large area. Okay, well, I assume that also kills your own units, but well, is it me or the second and the third that I created were built faster? Well, I've done it, so let's talk to them. Ah, wait a minute, good job clearing those lizards and freeing the sorcerer. Yeah, this... Anyway, I couldn't have accessed this section without clearing the main base. Consider that all of this was full of lizard folk, as well as that small base you just saw me destroy some seconds ago. Now then, formalities aside, I'm here in search of spell regions. In fact, if you could... Oh my god. Question and new items for your travels. I've heard that in regard to both or nearby. We're told ourselves said to be... Yeah, we've done that yesterday. Right here there were some fire toads, magical fire toads, that had these 5 magical fire toad tongues, right? Which once severed, apparently they had a use for this. They had a use for this quest. Bring me 5 of the tanks and I'll fashion a sword of cinders. I can't stand those damn Durigar. We helped them, they were over here. Stout, tough and hardy, more like fat, dense and grumpy. They are always up to no good. It would be a shame if any of them were to accidentally meet an early death. Tell you what, if you can snatch up 4 Durigar bracers, I'll make you a nice girdle of dwarf. I think we have them as well. No, we have 2. It is also said that there are certain lizards within these marshlands who dabble in dark magic, night skinks, I believe they call themselves. Bring me 2 bone crafted items from these skinks and I'll make you a scroll of create undead column. I probably have those things. 2 bone crafted items. We have only 1 that we just found. No, this one, the rune of passage, was for another thing, so they really do exist. Excellent. Now let's seat those tanks in iron. Shield tank. Insert the blade into the hilt. Affix the pommel. Done. Here you go. May you put this sword of cinders to good use.
I have returned to guide.
You cannot carry any more items. Right. Let's summon the undead so we don't miss anything. Ah, there's no time limit. Perfect.
I shall follow the light.
We have the backpack full, so I don't think there's a point to
The flame burns
looking for the rest of the regions other than go forth and collect various regions needed for the photomeasure. No, I'm not doing that, gentlemen. I don't know if the bone crafted items are here or where, because I've explored the whole map. There are 2 potions there, but as I've said and as you've all seen, we have the backpack full. So, just in case you want the gold medal, you probably need to do that final quest, so you have all of the side quests completed, and that will grant you a bonus. But honestly, at this point, I don't care about secondary getting the gold medal. But just so you know, the game has a lot of replayability, of replay value. So, oh, we got a sorcerer. Did we level them up? Only up to level 3. You can go up. You can go ahead and get all the way up to level 4. I think this will be more than enough to clear whatever the final section of the underground
Did someone say treasure?
may have in store for us. Let's bring the rogue back, because otherwise the underground traps will kill all of us.
burn on the field wall.
Level 4 rogues. Let's, just in case, go for level 5 with the 4th tavern.
Destiny awaits you.
What is it you say?
And I want to explore that.
Need a potent spell.
Here I only see fire damage. Feeble Mind, another spell from Baldur's Gate, from Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition. Maximized Fireball.
Our supply of shards is
I
running
know
low.
more than you think.
What's the... well, that's quite a big radius.
I see. Let's go, you scoundrel.
I'm beginning to wonder that we'll not be able to properly select all of them.
I am prepared to serve.
Get over there. It's difficult
Great power swells.
to control them all, but there we go. Alright. Alright. So now that we've cleared all of these 100%,
This way.
let's get inside for the final section of the mission. Collect regions. No, we'll... Here, acquire the Seal of Light. The next Seal of Light lies somewhere beneath the swamp. Yeah. Here. See, gentlemen, I've mentioned this countless times. The attention to detail. That line of ants, of bugs, whatever. See how Liquid Entertainment took the time. Alright, the air units can get in the
My powers
Okay.
are unmatched.
Okay,
Am I needed over here?
we'll have to proceed with this. Oh, The Heart of Cerberus is the ultimate Dragonshard.
If you are of my kin, you must pass my trials to prove you're worthy of the second seal of light. Those not of my kin will find only death in these trials.
You have received a new objective.
Any ideas? Complete the Trials of Darrock. Complete the Trials of Darrock in order to get the Seal of Light.
Magic is more than simple tricks.
We are
I
full.
know more than you think.
Let's see here.
Interesting choice.
Your adventurers have detected a trap.
See, that wouldn't have happened without my rogue, which is right here.
Was this yours?
I've
Let's.
studied much for this.
You can let them rest, and they'll recover all of their health and mana,
You know you need
just like in Baldur's Gate. I'm surprised at the amount of elements that the game has, which are taken straight from Baldur's Gate. Alright,
Where's the gold?
this is pointless. We have more than enough
On my way. You got it?
gold to finish the mission. Alright, so let's go one at a time. Damn, that's a lot of traps.
It's safe to pass.
Notice this, if my rogue wasn't level 5, sorry, level 4,
Hold on. It's safe to pass.
we'll get him to level 5. I think he would be visible, I'm not sure. And he would have been shot by those
Hold on.
skeleton
It's safe to
guardians.
pass.
I think, yeah, there we go.
Hold on.
He acquired the cloaking ability at level 3 or something like that. Silent Strike.
Trap disarmed.
There we go. That's a lot of traps.
Trap disarmed. I'm off.
I hope they don't detect him.
Trap disarmed. Hold on. It's safe to pass.
Here you can see that it's just like a Baldur's Gate
Hold on. It's safe to pass.
section.
My powers are unmatched.
Alright,
Very close.
get inside the formation. Let's kill them. Improve deflective armor. If I could take down their base with all of these troops, we can easily beat these guys. But I didn't expect those 4 columns to fall and damage us so much. Oh, there they are. Troglodyte Savior.
My powers are unmatched.
There we go. Did we lose anyone? No. Alright.
I've studied much for this.
We've killed all of those archers, right?
Are there heathens about? My faith is strong.
No, there's one left. Hidden trap. It looks as though the lizards laid a trap here for those who would engage the skeleton below. Yeah. Those 4 columns. Pull the lever.
I know more than you think.
We've already suffered the consequences of not checking that trap.
Interesting choice. The order never rests.
As you can see, the second section is... The game strikes a perfect balance between baseless exploration RPG, light RPG elements, and 1v1 classic real-time strategy. Why aren't they resting?
Potent spell. My powers are unmatched. Onward. Am I needed over here?
We still have the rogue, right? Yeah, there. He should detect all of their traps easily. Oh, trial number 2, I guess.
While simple cunning will let you survive the first trial, you will need to prove yourself in battle to pass the second trial. Those of my kin will have no fear, for we are mighty defenders.
Indeed.
Those not of my kin should turn back now, for the second trial has begun.
I've studied
Oh,
much for
it
this.
began right now.
Very.
Sunlight. Vampires are known to recoil from sunlight. Oh,
The order never rests.
I think we have enough troops to survive their vampire assault. We've lost no one so far. Yeah, we've lost one unit there. Improved deflective armor. There we go.
Magic is more than simple tricks.
Quite simple when compared to the battle we fought last time.
Very clever.
On the surface, that is.
Interesting choice.
Alright, third trial, Lizard King.
Any who have survived thus far must be the champions of my kin. Listen carefully, for you have one last trial, brothers. You will face a great guardian for the third trial, and if your heart is not strong, you will fall to this mighty being. If you are truly a champion of my blood, you will walk triumphantly to the second seal of light.
Alright. In this game, for those of you who haven't watched the first and the second streams, in this game, let's fully heal up. This game has MMORPG boss mechanics. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to mean with this? It does area of effect stance, a single massive boss. It was the frozen monstrosity for the first level, and a lot of demons, and the Grim Reaper for the second level underground. They are just like an MMORPG boss fight with mechanics, with area of effect stance, with knockback attacks, with all of those typical elements that we usually find in MMORPGs. Raids, and well, in the case of Sutor they were called flashpoints and alterations, but they are the raids, and yeah, all of those world bosses that we are so used to see in MMORPGs, but not in real-time strategy games.
I know more than you.
And thus, I can assure you this game has MMORPG mechanics. You'll see in a second. There you can see it froze all of my units, literally. So you need to be careful. You certainly need to be careful. Let's surround him. I may be able to use the Medusa's head. No. And that's why I saved, because this Hydra, see that it has 15 Cryo Hydra, 15,000 hit points. As a reference, units usually have, the tanks have 600, The clerics, I think they had 500 or yeah, 500. Here you can see that because of the. Wait, maybe we can try the Greater Feeble Mind. Let's use our. We can go for Greater Hold, maybe. I think it will be immune, but yeah, it's immune. We need the deflective armor. And oh, look at that. The heads of the Hydra like get chopped. That's cool. But see that it stunned all of my units. And we did it. The Warforged Titans did it. I think that would have been impossible with barbarians. Champion artifact acquired. Crystalline Warhammer. This Warhammer is stained, well, with the essence of the Cryo Hydra. Duergar Bracer. We got a third Duergar Bracer. How many of them did we need for? 4, right. Oh. Could someone talk to the wizard? Even so, I still would need the bone crafted pauldrons. So. We did it, guys. But you could see that it stunned my whole group, and I actually could only do it because I didn't get to use this. So we'll use it now. That it had MMORPG mechanics. It stunned all of my units. Actually, some of the bosses during the first levels spawned some mobs to defend themselves. They were quite challenging, but at this point I simply had a whole army. And consider it was hard mode, but if I hadn't unlocked the Warforged Titans, it would have been difficult. So I highly recommend, if you're playing on hard mode, to unlock the Warforged Titans during the second mission, because the barbarians are simply not strong enough to act as tanks for Melf's Acid Arrow, just like in Baldur's Gate. There's a... Let's do this. Let's create a Warforged Titan so he can collect this, because I think this is the last regent for the wizard.
I take flight as the order wishes. I patrol the skies.
See that it's Melf's Acid Arrow, that's a spell from Baldur's Gate. Magic Missile, Greater Healing Potion, they are the very same names than... There you have it, Cure Light Wounds. The very same names than Baldur's Gate. I want this thing. What could we use? I'll use those boots. What's that? Melf's Acid Arrow. No, I wanted to grab this bone crafted pauldron there. I knew it. Can I somehow use that? Can only be used once. Damn. I couldn't click the other one. Let's spend that one then. How many of those pauldrons did we... 2 bone crafted pauldrons. Alright, there we go, 2.
I come from on high.
Well, I said I wouldn't complete the mission, but...
My wings
Now you have the full experience, gentlemen. I literally stumbled upon them. So let's complete it so we have the full secondary mission. Alright, all of these secondary missions have been completed 100%. I hope I get my gold medal, I guess. Girl of Dwarven Might.
I come from on high.
Grab it? No, you can't grab it. You, grab it. Scroll of Create Undead, Scroll of Monstrous Summoning, a random monster to fight for the player. No, I don't care about that. But maybe that Girl of Dwarven Might
My mind is focused. I've studied
can
much
actually
for
be
this.
useful for our heroes later. In the future.
I will go.
There we go. Okay. Wait, I didn't... Oh, whatever. No, I wanted to see the lines of dialogue, but it doesn't matter. So,
This way.
the second seal is here, gentlemen. We've finally arrived.
The second seal is ours.
Let this victory be in honor of our valiant fallen predecessors.
Hopefully, those brave souls can finally rest in peace. I'm ready to rest a little bit myself. I feel like I've been walking for a week.
We have no time for rest, Rogue. We need to obtain the third seal of light.
I fear the run-in with those creatures of the shadows is no coincidence. They may be here for the same reason that we are. I bet that won't be the last we see of them. We have the map. For all we know, they're following us.
Only cowards hide in the shadows. True warriors face their opponent.
We are soldiers of the flame. If they attack, we will be ready. For now, let's get moving. The third seal of light awaits.
I love how there's an even distribution of protagonism between the four characters. Also, there's cohesive character development. I didn't get the gold medal because of the time. It took me, what? Beat the mission in Underworld, 3 minutes. Bonus decreases slowly after this time is reached. Right. It took me 1 hour now, and like 2 hours later, I took my time. But excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's get to the reward shop. What I was commenting was that I love that the game has like a cohesive character development. It has a cohesive character development. Something that I criticized for the Lord of the Rings, War of the Ring. That they simply grabbed, I mentioned this yesterday, that they simply grabbed Legolas, Aragorn, Frodo, and called it a day. They didn't care particularly about character development, but these characters are created from the ground up. Impact. Alright. That crystalline hammer, warhammer, may give us a huge advantage. A huge advantage for the following missions. This warhammer is stained with the blood of a cryo hydra, covering its surface with a thick icy coat. Any unit struck by this massive weapon will be frozen in ice for a short period of time. Obtained in chapter 4. This one in chapter 3. I think that at this point, sadly, Bastion and I don't know why I have to choose between this and this, because alright, because this one I purchased it. Global inventory items, so we'll add to the backpack. bonus equip, yes, bonus to damage, ring of regeneration, and grants bonus fire damage to any unit that wields it. Excellent. And as you can see, these are global inventory items. No, those are the ones I can purchase. We haven't explored this actually. Seal this girdle once they wear a substantial increase in strength and endurance. Max 25 health. Target health regeneration. That one is quite important. Plus 20% damage. Permanent bonus. Single target, permanent bonus. Right. No, I can't equip it. An equip item, yes. Equip item, and no, but regeneration is quite important. Decision. Alright, we'll unequip this one, and we'll equip the ring of regeneration. That'll help us fend off the initial assault that any initial assault we may face in the future. So, what do we have here? Yes. This one cost 30,000 points. Hammer of Smithing, one of the great relics of the Order. When this warhammer is wielded by a paladin attuned to the silver flame, it unleashes its holy wrath upon every opponent's strike, knocking them to the ground and inflicting massive damage. Oh, I don't have the points or what? Right, I don't. This will imbue your current weapon with a chance to explode with flame on impact, inflicting fire damage in a small area of effect. I prefer this one actually. Chance to inflict extra damage with every strike. Yeah, this is definitely weaker than the flaming burst. So this is a quite excellent combo. The crystalline warhammer. Okay, frozen, as well as dealing area of effect fire damage. I hope they don't get the ice doesn't get melted because of that, but it's a Dungeons and Dragons magic RPG, so logic doesn't apply, or at least I hope it doesn't apply. What's this advanced stats? Oh, global experience. Alright, nothing of interest for now. This is the last mission that we did. So, alright, so there you have it, gentlemen. This is like the backstage of the light RPG system for the hero units. It's actually it's deeper than Warcraft 3, to be honest, because there are permanent items, there are quest items. You have 4 different heroes to choose for every mission, and your progress, and this is the thing, accumulates, it stacks during the campaign. So I know that in Warcraft 3 the units level up and all that, and you get different items, but I think this one is a bit more complex. Of course, Warcraft 3 is one of my top 2 or top 3 RTS games. Of course, it's better than this one, but I'm just referring to specifically to the hero system, which is quite good. Alright, let's make sure that the narrator does its job. His job, sorry. Well, actually it's it, because it's an artificial intelligence narrator, let's say. It's a CPU narrator, technically. Technically, the game is narrating itself. I don't know why, but I think this is the last mission, because this is the third, kind of like the third seal. At least for the Order of the Flame campaign, right? Then we have the Lizard Folk campaign that we will get to play immediately after this one. Let's get to it, gentlemen. Wastelands of Zendrick, beyond the raging maelstrom of the Ring of Storms. The Ring of Storms, it's where the Severies stone or whatever lies. An untamed land, rife with a diverse array of creatures and climates. To the south, beyond the frigid peaks and the sweltering jungles, lies a vast deserted wasteland. Though sparse and desolate, many creatures have adapted to suit the arid climate. That said, here one is much more likely to encounter tribal factions such as the Kryn rather than the Lizard Folk. Others manage to survive the harsh conditions by descending into the depths of Qualathesh below. Qualathesh is like the underground city of the elves, it's the underground level, making their lairs amongst the ruins of the fallen city. Okay. I think we are about to face the third faction.
We must inform Lady Marin
That we are about to face this third race of the game.
We are too late. Our foes have already found the seal. We must cast it to the underworld to allow us time for our forces to get here.
Oh. The undead elves got it. Your plan didn't work.
lies below in the lost city of Qualitish, surrounded by mind flayers.
Oh, mind flayers.
Players, this news is most concerning.
Better known as...
I'd say it's a bit more than most concerning.
How
Do
are
you know
they
what those
called?
things are
The...
capable of?
No matter what danger we face, the only thing that matters is retrieving the heart.
Somehow I knew you'd say that. Fine. Mind flares it is.
Don't forget about
Damn,
shadow
the ones with the
creatures and
tentacles
innocent
in their
people as
heads,
well.
the squid faces.
Alright. I almost forgot. Thanks, Bastion. Thank you for that. You have faced much and persevered. You are more courageous than you let on, Gale. Our task at hand only gets harder the longer we wait. Let us press on, and may the flame protect us. Choose your champion.
The Illithids. The Illithids. Better known as the Illithids. Damn, those things were... They were fearsome in Baldur's Gate 2 and the first expansion of the enhanced edition, Siege of Dragonspear. The Illithids. Okay. Okay, so we are now... They weren't undead elves, my bad. We are going up against mind flayers. In case you don't know, a classic enemy
Truly are dark times.
in Dungeons and Dragons, quite feared, quite powerful. They control... They are simply... They are basically mind manipulators. They control their victims' brains. And I love that the game is so true to Dungeons and Dragons lore, right? And I love that it uses the proper term instead of Illithids, which is the modern term. But in Baldur's Gate, here you have the Barbarian, which, if I hadn't unlocked the Warforged Titans, I would be using these guys.
Spread the light.
They are weaker,
I would have picked this way too.
So let's grab some dragon shards.
I have scars to earn. Finally!
Well, we construct our base anyway. We can't do anything without constructing our main base. I love how Marin changed her Warhammer for this one. Here we have the bonuses. Champion bonus, hit point regeneration. Right, but we also have the... I'll get the Girdle of Strength, the Sword of Cinders, as well as the Ring of Regeneration for Lady Marin for this mission. Anyway, don't worry, we have a lot of consumables for later missions. What's this? Champion bonus, hit point regeneration, but that's not a champion. Well, the Deathless Guardian is considered a champion apparently somehow. Alright, we are not going up against the Lizard Folk this time around, so we may need a different strategy. However, anyway, as I've told you,
Is there blood to shed?
when you begin missions in this game, you can see you have a limited amount of resources that forces you to get to the underground level and explore the place first. And then I assume the Dragonshard reign will begin, and it will be a 1v1. Oh, what's that? These guys are fighting a massive scorpion. There we go, let's build up Lady Marin's mass heal ability, let's use it. Oh no, kill each other please, kill each other. Actually that thing is massive. I think I may be helping the wrong guy. Marin deal with them. Also there we go. Perfect. That's a hero unit. Burning Servant. Savant, I think it said. Yeah, Savant. I think we helped the wrong guy. And it killed our rogue. Also our barbarian, that's why I don't want to use barbarians. They simply can't act as tanks. See, that thing is stunning her. There we go, mass heal. Oh, that thing had 8,000 health. Damn. Well, that's a wipe. Okay. Gather that, and gather this. Anyway, as I've told you, we can't do anything without creating a base and gathering the resources. We'll use all of those on Lady Marin. And actually, this time around we'll use our
crusade continues.
our air unit to scout the terrain. But there are lizard folk over there.
Our crusade continues. We mustn't lose hope.
There are lizard folk over there, and there are scorpion, giant dire cobra. I don't know what. Who made that thing serve?
Only fight when you must. The flame guides my path.
Oh, burning bodies.
All right. I have faith
Oh,
in
the
this
lizard
plan.
folk.
My powers are unmatched. I believe you are right. I have faith in this plan.
I don't think we should be over here. We should be going this way.
Guides us. We will spread the light.
Alright, it froze him. Nice.
Good choice. These truly are dark times.
In case you are wondering, no, there's no shortcut to
Think this way too.
to use the abilities. Get out of there. Well, that's one dead barbarian. But that's not such a big loss. What could be dangerous? It's them assaulting our base at this early stage.
We mustn't lose hope.
Alright, so I tried this way. It's actually quite small, the wasteland, so let's get to
Yes, this is the way.
the west. It's the only direction left we haven't explored.
Flame guides my path. Yes, this
No,
is
here's
the
the
way.
scorpion.
Right. I would have picked this way
I don't
too.
think there's anything over
Yes,
here,
this is the
literally.
way.
No. Oh, well. Look at that. But without gold, I don't think we can produce anything useful. No. Maybe one Warforged Titan.
I'm here to help.
Oh, we may be blessed with... Oh... a storm of Dragonshards, but no. See that
Yes,
it
this is the way.
it doesn't leave behind the Dragonshards. That's the thing. It clearly expects me to first explore the place, and then damn, there's like no. Oh, there we go. Illithid. Here you have the name. All right, I was wrong. Dragonshard reigns are good to go. Look at that. Of course, it's less than usual because it's a desert, but
I await my orders.
works for me, at least for now. We have some experience, and I will use it. First of all, to construct a lore hold. Right. Forget it. I simply don't have gold.
We mustn't lose hope.
We have dragon shards, but we don't have gold. We need to access the underground level. We have to... It's kind of like mandatory. You first have
What I
to
must do.
go to the underground level. But we'll do so with a Warforged Titan upgraded to level
These
2.
truly are dark times. We will spread the light. Yes, this is the way. I have faith in this plan. The flame guides my path. We must move with haste.
Alright, we can enter that thing.
I believe you are
So
right. Follow the light.
let's go for the Scorpion again, shall we? And hope they don't
The flame guides my
decimate our base in the process while we are away.
I think this way too.
No. Let them kill each other.
The holy will prevail.
We'll just drop this ability
I take light.
and get out. Damn, that guy's...
We will spread the light.
It's certainly defending his territory.
Follow the light.
No.
You are right. The
Let them
flame guides
do the
my path.
dirty work for us.
I have faith in this plan. Follow the light. I would pick this way too.
Well,
The order will prevail. We mustn't lose hope.
damn, I've lost my rogue. No. No. I'm not losing that guy as well. Remember that without the rogue we can't go to the underground level, which we desperately need to
These truly are dark times.
I serve the flame.
to get the gold
The heretics shall
we need to develop our base, right? So let's only use our air unit. That thing can target my flame archon and help these guys who I don't know what they are. Shadow Strider, Raid Knight. I don't know if they are the Illithids or the Umbrasion. They don't like Umbrasion. They are like cat people, the Umbrasion, so they had some feline features, so I don't think these are them. Oh, this is just like the disintegrate. No, the ray. There's a spell in Baldur's Gate 2 that is a ray of
We will spread the light.
enfeeblement or something like that, which has that very same animation. I can remember because I only used it
Believe you are right.
few times. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Our friend is destroying their base. Excellent.
These truly are dark times. We will spread the light. Only fight when you must. We mustn't lose hope. I have faith in this plan.
Don't you have a monster to fight at your base?
The flame guides us.
Anyways. Oh yeah, there it is. Killing their
We mustn't lose hope.
hero units.
Dark times.
Or not. No, I don't think that it's
The flame
their hero
guides my
unit
path.
with 600
Good choice.
600 hit points. Oh, that thing needs repairs.
We mustn't lose hope. Follow the light.
It was a great idea
Yes.
to
this
send
is the
the
way.
giant scorpion
We
over
must
there.
move with haste.
Oh,
The flame guides my path. We mustn't lose hope. I'm here to help.
alright, they've killed the scorpion and they are killing us as well, so they've earned their
Believe you are right. Forward!
survival. Don't worry, the Warforged Titan shuts down once he gets to 0 standard HP,
We mustn't
and
lose
he will
hope.
repair himself
The flame
automatically.
guides my path. We will
In the
spread
meantime,
light.
we'll continue explore. Oh, yeah, that's the entrance. That's the only entrance. And it's guarded by, 1200 hit points. That's quite good.
I know what I must do. We mustn't lose hope. The
Oh boy, those guys are coming for us again. Damn.
The flame guides my path. We must
Get out
move
of there.
with haste.
Get out of there. Let them kill each other once again. Oh, look at that. I can produce another Warforged Titan. Oh, they are coming for our base.
We will spread the light.
I love it when the AI is... I shouldn't have attacked them,
Will prevail. The flame
because now they are attacking us at a moment in which I'm quite sure they shouldn't be attacking us.
Flame guides my path. We will spread the light.
I'm quite sure it's way too early to get to the 1v1 phase of the mission.
I would have picked this way too.
Is our rogue alive? Yeah, he is. He's right
I
there.
believe you are right. Good choice.
Lizard folk.
In defense of the order. These truly are dark times.
The Order is in need.
We will spread the light. The flame guides us.
Damn, Lady Marin is out of mana.
The flame guides
My god, I don't think we can beat them.
I patrol the skies.
We will spread the light. The flame guides my path. You see what I see. You leave me no choice.
No, definitely. This wasn't the proper order to do this mission. No. I should have gone over there first. But at least we got to see that scorpion thingy destroy their base. So let's stay away from that
Pick this way too.
base, that illicit base, I think it is,
Believe you are right.
and clear these neutrals.
We mustn't lose hope. Yes, this is the way.
Alright. Also, I haven't been using the sorcerer's abilities.
I know what I must do. Only fight when you must.
What are we attacking? Ah, Dire Giant Cobra. Focus fire there, then here.
These truly are dark times.
Ah, almost. I almost. Oh, there's some gold. Nice.
Choice.
Can we produce some? Yeah, we can. We'll go for level 2 Warforged Titans. Sorry, level 3. Level 3. We are already at level 2. Marin, get some of the gold, can you? Without engaging them? Could you get some of the gold without engaging them? Possibly. Oh,
Flame guides my
right.
path.
There's an army of lizard folk guarding that. Terrible idea. Can we get to level 3? Yeah, we can. You need to be we need to be very cautious. You need to be very cautious in case you are playing this game.
We mustn't lose hope. I would have picked
When
this
you
way too.
create the first buildings, because with the limited resources we have, we need to be extremely careful. Otherwise, we won't have the required amount of troops to
I believe you are right.
push through the initial stages of the map. And it will make progress impossible. Alright, one more Warforged Titan. They are quite sturdy and quite good. They have a decent health bar.
Are there heathens about? Only fight when
Okay.
you must.
And we are at level 3 with 2 soldiers following them. Anyway, I don't have enough money for enough experience, sorry. Well, I also don't have enough gold, but mainly experience. We don't have enough experience for level 4. Okay. See, this is the way you have to play this game, at least on hard difficulty. Unless you are a pro and you can do all of this quickly. You have to slowly consider all of the possibilities and
Come from on high.
attack and fulfill the objectives in the proper order.
Will prevail. I'm here to help.
See that I explored all of the in every direction of my base, and then
Times.
when I saw that it was impossible to progress, I simply
You are right.
stopped and
I have faith in this plan.
determined that, oh, that it was the best possible solution. Dwarven armor. I need to get Lady Marin over there. Why isn't she moving? Alright, she was stunned. Oh, there's a Dragonshard shower where we fight. Improve deflective armor. Come on, chase them. Kill them all. Don't let them escape. We need the experience, but no. They've successfully escaped. Where are those guys? Oh, but now we have the illicit forces. What's the meaning of this? Oh, if I have to choose between these two. Oh, they were neutrals. Red Blood Chieftain. Who dares approach the Red Bloods? Those much like your kind have recently come in search of something called a Seal of a Light. I suspect you seek it as well. Intriguing. That must mean you are at odds with the Shadow Beings, the Umbragen. Alright, so that's the third race. The Illithids, the Umbragen, they are the same race, the Shadow Beings. We too are sworn enemies of the Umbragen. Sorry if I'm butchering that name, but it's impossible to pronounce it properly the first time. When they first arrive in the area, their king Satros presented himself and asked to speak with our chieftain. Then it's a bit difficult to read. Our chieftain went before him, bearing offerings of peace. Alas, we were fools without provocation. He warned us we would die. We would appear with them. I didn't know. And so we ask that you destroy the Umbragen city to the northwest here. It's not that easy. I have no doubt it would aid your cause as well. Do this and we shall reward you with gold and treasures of our people. Also, I should warn you of the Greenbloods, the lizard folk. They are 3 green as are we, but are our sworn enemies well as well. If you see them, do not aid them in any way, or you too shall become our enemy. No, maybe they are another neutral race. You may think this callous, but such is the way of our people. Go forth now and bring our vengeance down on the Umbragen. You don't have to tell me twice that those guys are dangerous. They have been attacking us constantly, as well as the lizard folk. But I don't have the gold to destroy their city. You get over here, collect the shards. Anyway, you are way too beat up. Aid the Red Bloods, whatever. Done. I think that's a crash. Yeah, that's a crash. That's a crash, gentlemen. Don't worry, don't worry. I told you this could happen at the beginning of the stream. Don't worry. We'll relaunch it and we'll be able to continue for some more minutes. Here we go. Alright, perfect. The stream hasn't had a single frame skipped or connection dropped. Alright. Where were we? Oh, it saved actually. There we go. It's not as broken as I thought. Well, maybe that save is corrupted now. So let's try the other save, right? No, it didn't get to save. So we'll go for this save. Damn, I think it's the previous one. Oh, right.
I believe you are right.
God damn it.
Good choice.
So the serpents are alive then. Yeah, they are alive. Alright. Kill them one at a time.
The flame guides us. These truly are dark times.
One at a time.
The flame guides us.
I'll preserve the knockback a bit.
We mustn't lose hope.
There we go. The crystal hammer is doing its job. We can get that side quest later. Let's get that. My bad. Let's grab the gold.
In this plan.
Let's grab the gold and get inside before those armies pass. Get through here again.
The flame guides
Alright, we have a rogue. Let's save. We'll use the corrupted file, as well as campaign number 2, which was the beginning, just in case the corrupted one doesn't work anymore. Actually this was quite faster.
This is the way.
Arcane lock. This door is magically sealed with an arcane lock spell. You must know the password to enter. Okay. This. Oh, I see some gold inside. Great.
Good choice. I have faith in this plan.
Alright, let's explore the underground a bit.
This is the way. We must move with haste.
Should be, yeah, some gold. What are those? Oh, the Illithids or the vampires. Yeah, the elven vampires. The elf vampires.
The flame guides us in defense of the order.
Damn, sorry gentlemen if today I'm a bit
Only we must. I am the voice of the flame. May darkness
silent in comparison, but uninspired. But the ending of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker was simply, not only the ending, the whole game was terrible. But actually the ending was the best part of it. But a horrible game, horrible. I didn't expect it to be so bad. On the positive
spell.
side of things,
The order will prevail. The flame guides us.
it's
Yes,
my impression was that it was a direct prequel to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, which was the one I wanted to play since 2017. So that was my main objective. We may be lacking spell damage. We can't afford to waste gold. Alright, you get back here. We can't afford to lose gold. To waste it.
Construction is complete.
Level 3. We have 330. Well, we'll go for one Lord Hold. But we'll create a Warforged Titan. We'll go for Warforged Titan. Since they are already level 2, 3, 4. Level 4. Alright, level 3. I couldn't afford the next upgrade level. We'll go for level 2 Cleric and produce it right now. Don't worry. And in the meantime... Oh! Where's that spirit coming from? tortured spirit. Travelers, please, you must help me. You are the only souls I have seen in hundreds of years. You look as tough. You look as though you may be strong enough to at least put an end to a great travesty. What's the travesty that's torturing you? Many ages ago, I was condemned for a crime I did not commit. They subjected me to torture to try and discover my supposed accomplices. Of course, I knew nothing. Alas, soon after, the hail besieged the city. All of this is a city from the old elf civilization. This is called Qualothish, sinking us deep below the earth. Both he and I were killed instantly on impact, but the foul energies of Kyber prevented our passage, and I have been tortured by the cruel jail master ever since. Please enter the chamber ahead and send him from this realm so that I may at last find peace.
You have received a new objective.
And where's that spirit
I would have picked this way
that
too.
just talked to us?
Good choice.
Maybe it's this tablet. Oh, more of them. Ancient flake. Oh, there's another one there. I need to be careful.